What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon deck profile. So, MagnaGarurumon Blue Hybrid is one of my favorite decks. I think I picked it up since BT7. Yeah, I know people like the Tommy engine and like the stunning stuff like that. I never liked it. I prefer the bounce. So let's just jump into it. I did really well at the tournament. I think I went 2-1. Could have gone 3-1, but I had to leave early. First off, let's start with the eggs. Matches are on the channel, by the way, if you want to check them out. So 4 Upamon, of course, best egg. You want the draw. And then 1 Puyoyomon. Puyoyomon? Yeah. I don't think this was necessary, but sometimes like with the Beowulf, you will add something to your hand. Magna adds something to your hand. So getting that 1000 extra DP sometimes does come in clutch. I like having the 5th egg. Kiaromon, obviously you can't play that. Like, we don't strip anything, we just bounce it. So those are my eggs. Again, the 5th egg is cuttable. I just like having the 5th egg just in case. Alright, moving on into our rookies. From BT7, we have our 4 Strabimon. So this is the one I'm playing, reveal top 4. I know I messed that up in some of my matches. I messed that up. Reveal top 4, you get to add a hybrid or a Koji. And I think you can add a Susanomon actually too. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't play Susanomon. No, I won't do it. It's too slow. Anyways, and then the inheritable is really where it's at, right? On deletion, as the inheritable effect, on deletion you get to play a Koji for free, and playing the Tamer for free, amazing value. It's like the Flamemon in the it's just like the Flamemon for red hybrid. So 4 of these Strabi, I really like it. Max it out at 4. And then this is the BT5, I believe. BT4 Strabimon. So this was the first Strabimon on play, reveal top 3, and then you get to add a hybrid and a Tamer. Really good because you can't plus off this one. So I really like hard playing that one. And then we have 4 of the BT6 Strabi. So this is when attacking, if it's a hybrid or if it's an ancient, I believe, or 10 warriors. When attacking, you gain a memory. This is the only one I like to, well, both of these I like in the raising area, right? Because you can digivolve and then value off this one, value off this one. This one's really nice because it makes most of your level, your 2 to digivolve hybrids. Sometimes it's just a level 1, right? Because you gain the memory back. And then last off for the level 3s, we have 2 Bokomon. So the Bokomon is the only one. I know before I was actually talking a lot of shit about Bokomon. It's because in truth, it doesn't stay on the field long enough to get the value. But I think the search is important. So you dig 5 cards deep into your deck and you get to add a hybrid. Or you get to add a Tamer. I mean, 1 and 1. So 1 hybrid, 1 Tamer. That's why it's really good. I'm thinking about bumping it up to 3 copies. And yeah, you'll see later on what I'm thinking about cutting for the 3rd Bokomon. And then of course, you know, not every deck has removal. So if it stays on the field, value, right? So that's it for our rookies. Moving on to the champions. Alright, for our champions, we are running 4 copies of Lobomon. This is the original Lobo for game. Yeah. 4 Altarts. I'm not running Kumamon because I really like the extra. Well, we'll talk about it in a bit. 4 Lobomon, 4 MagnaGarurumon. This is the one on Digivolve. If it has hybrid in its traits or a Koji, you do gain jamming for the turn. And then we'll finish it off with 2 Leomons. So why the Lobo over the Kumamon? The extra 5k DP does matter. Sometimes you can do retaliation swings into like XVmon, because XVmon is only 4k. Sometimes other Digimon are only 4k. You can swing over them, no problem. Kumamon, you can't do that. Kumamon strips, and the whole point of the deck is to bounce. So it doesn't matter if you're stripping, right? You don't really care about the Kumamon there. And I'm not running Korikakumon because again, it's the same thing. I don't want to stun them. I want to return them to the hand. So 4 Lobomon plus, it's like, we already know, it's a MagnaGarurumon, you have to play 4 Lobomon. The MagnaGarurumon is really good because sometimes you can, well, I'll show the combo in a bit, but giving your Beowulfmon actually jamming, so your level 5 Beowulfmon jamming, really good. Because if this survives a swing, you could potentially save it for next turn, again, bouncing level 3s, level 4s to the hand, or you can go into your Magna safely without having him to die in security in battle. So that's for our champions. That's it for our champions. For our level 5s, we just went over it. For Beowulfmon, I don't know if I want to get the pre-release yet. because pre-release just reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you pay extra money for the same fucking artwork. I'm sorry if that offends a lot of people, but that just reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? Like sometimes you'd spend like $30. I'm like, oh, I gotta, before I had an ultra rare, now I have a secret rare. It's the same card. But like Lobomon makes sense for me to spend extra money because the artwork is beautiful, Kenji Watanabe, compared to the regular one. The regular art's not bad, but obviously you're paying an extra $15 for a different artwork. But you know, that's just like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing. I know I'm talking shit. This Beowulfmon for right now is good. The Beowulfmon, as I said before, let's go over it since it's at level 5. Sometimes you'll have like this line. So in raising area, you would have a Strabi, a Lobo, and you would maybe have these two in hand, right? If you have a Hammer Spark or you have some way to be set to 4, so yeah, you have Davis out, you'll be set to 3. And then a Hammer Spark, you get to go to 4. So you can do this combo. You can go Lobomon, promote on your turn, go here for 1 memory into Kendo, he'll gain jamming, Hammer Spark to go back to 3, and then you can Digivolve on top of your Kendo for 3 costs. You'll go to 0, and this Beowulfmon will have jamming, so you can swing at security, return whichever one you want to return. Usually you want to get the Strabi effect, the deletion effect, so you'll return Lobomon, or you'll return MagnaGarurumon to your hand, swing at security, hit something like an Omnimon, he'll survive, and then you can go into your Magna. Really good value. That's the only reason I max out on the Hammer Sparks. But yeah, giving yourself jamming for the turn with the MagnaGarurumon does come up a lot. So these are our level 5s. Again, this was just for show. Alright, moving on to our level 6s. So for the level 6, or for the Megas in general, we are running 4 MagnaGarurumon. And then 1 copy of Omnimon the Blitz. This is my favorite artwork, by the way. Favorite artwork for Omnimon Blitz. Let me know in the comments otherwise if you think otherwise. But yeah, this one's, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at him. Look at him. Try not to get the glare on him. Yeah, beautiful. The MagnaGarurumon was growing on me before. I didn't like him because he just looks like a plane. I don't know. It's about him. It's growing on me though. I really like it now. So obviously, sorry kitty, can't come this way. For Magna, you have to max out on it. It's the whole point of the deck though. It's very aggressive. Once you have him out, he can always swing for 2 checks on his own, usually. So swing once, check 1, restand, swing again, and then you can blitz Omni for a 3rd check, which means that you can quickly whittle your opponent down from like 4 to 0 and then swing for game with the Omnimon Blitz if you have it in hand. So your opponent sometimes doesn't expect it because they assume that your blue hybrid deck is going to be a little bit slower if they don't see too many Tamers in the back here. But yeah, that's what I like about the deck. It has really good control with bouncing level 4s, level 3s, even level 5s to the hand. And if you use the Koji effect, sometimes you can bounce level 6s to the hand. Really good control, and it's also very aggressive. That's why I like the deck. That's it for the Megas though. For our Tamers, I'm running 4 Davis, Moromiya, and then 4 Koji, Minamoto. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Those are the only Tamers. Sometimes I think about running the Tommy, but again, the whole point of the deck is not to strip, it's to bounce. So these are the best because Davis sets you to 3. That's really good. Plus it gets you a search. And then Koji at 4 because you can play it for free off the Strabimon when it's deleted as an inheritable. Plus, like, being able to warp, or I don't know what it's called, but being able to stack Digimon. Like, I'll just take it right now. So being able to stack Digimon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Koji over, going to Magna for a 4 cost, and then obviously you'll gain a memory once you return something. So you can return like a Magna, and then bounce back a level 6 that your opponent has back to their hand, and you'll gain the memory. So it's technically only for a 3 cost if you're set at 3. Sorry, kitty. No. That play is really cool. This is a good starter deck. That's why I'm bringing it up, because BT9, I know there's a lot of Digimon players that are new to the game. I think this is a very good budget deck. Like, I think you could pick these up, especially with the Davis reprint. You can pick this up for maybe like $50. It's not that expensive. And it's a really good deck. So that's it for our Tamers. For our options, we are running 4 Hammer Spark. And then 1 Ice Wall. Before I move on, I'm just going to talk about these. So the Hammer Spark, the reason I like them is just for that play, right? With the Kendo getting jamming and then going to Beowulfmon, it'll still have jamming. But to be honest, sometimes when I break on Hammer Sparks. So I'm thinking of dropping 1 Hammer Spark for maybe a Bokomon. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a bit though. And then Ice Wall. Ice Wall sometimes comes up, but it is a 1-of. We are playing two blue. We are playing 2 blue memory boosts and then 2 copies of Cocytus Breath. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly still. The Cocytus Breath, if you don't have the money for it, because I know it's like $10, you could just play V-Wing Blade, like the one from the All 4 starter deck. Return to level 6 or lower for a 6 cost. To be honest, it's the same thing. There's not too many level 7s running around in the current meta, besides I say like Omnimon. But usually that Omnimon is being played in the red deck, so it's gonna have protection anyways. So yeah, so with the options, since these are my last few, I like the blue memory boost. I wouldn't cut this out. I like it at 2. I don't know if I'd play it at 3, because like I said, I think I would drop 1 Hammer Spark down for a Bokomon. And the Cocytus Breath was really good if you saw my matches in the tournament. So maybe cutting the Ice Wall for a 3rd Cocytus Breath. But sometimes, you know, like that Ice Wall, if you draw it, you sack your opponent, it's really good. But sometimes it does help to have the consistency of having like, okay, 3 removal and security, and that's really good. Again, Hammer Spark insecurity is really good, but it doesn't remove the threat. That's the problem. Sometimes it doesn't remove it. That's why I would want to do it maybe like that. But yeah, I'm still hoping. I don't think I'll play with the deck anymore in BT9 because I think I'm gonna play like Dexter Agora. I still want to play Bellstarmon, and I want to try my hand at Beelzemon before the format ends. Alright, so that was the MagnaGarurumon deck profile that you guys saw me play in the tournament rounds on my channel. Again, thank you so much, just FYI, for watching, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are also a MagnaGarurumon player and if you have any suggestions for me, right? Maybe you have maybe you think your build is more optimal. Again, always open to suggestions. As always, thank you all for watching. My name is Mr. J, and I will see you all next time.